my god! It's time! Holy crap, okay. Alright, that was a bad idea. Hi everyone. I am Kuzcopia, and I am here to announce my Patreon.
Hey.
What?
Hey,
What's that, Steve?
who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah,
Well.
Kuzcopia, who's that?
That is a good question. Now, essentially, I am a writer, as far as this endeavor is concerned. But really, I look at myself, or I see myself more as a storyteller, using the only medium available to him, one that I happen to like very much, which is writing. My stories feature pretty dynamic plots, stuff happening all the time, usually heavily driven by characters. My goal is also to try to express a truth with whatever story I tell. I really believe that stories have to have a point. They're not just about the pure imagination of the world and events being described, even if I strive to be great at that as well. I particularly focus on fictional stories where fantasy meets sci-fi, high stakes action drama, working on my comedy, but always very character focused. I wish to provide a service here where you get a steady stream of story updates that you can consume at a frequent rate. I really am a fan of this way of doing things, using Patreon, I mean. So that my stories can get to you straight from me. Particularly using Patreon, I'm here to announce that I have a Patreon page. Right?
Hey.
You should be here.
Hey,
What's that, Steve?
second time you mentioned Patreon.
What? If you got a... Okay, I mean, ask your question. Go ahead.
Well, what is Patreon?
Oh, what's Patreon? You don't know what Patreon
I
is?
do not know what Patreon
Oh, well, let me tell you all about it. Patreon is an online platform through which we can support our favorite creators and allow them to produce their creations to the best of their ability and to the fullest of their capacity. And that's where it comes from, because the fact is you can finance the creators monthly or by work. I set it up monthly. I'll get to it in a minute. So that they can actually reach a point where they are full-time producing stuff for you instead of having to rely on some full-time job that they have to fill their bellies with food and drink. To do that, Patreon offers sets of rewards and milestones. So milestones is basically when you reach this amount of money, I do this. And when the rewards is basically when you sign up to either pay monthly or by work, you sign up with a certain quantity, $1, $3, $5, $10, and so on. And each of these dollars are equated to a tier of rewards. If you're in that tier, you can access these rewards. Okay, now I'll go to those rewards later. That's what Patreon is for, and that's why I have one now, because I wish to be a writer full time. How it will work is I will produce weekly content that's weekly, which you can support by giving a bit of money every month. Looking at the milestones, you can get an idea of how you can foment and encourage the improvement of my updates. I could do more, I could write more, I could review more, etc. All I need is time. All I need is time. Who cares about love? So, there are two things I'm working on at the same
Why
time.
do we care?
What's that, Steve?
I mean, what if I don't know anything about what you're writing?
I mean, sure, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, how do you know what I write and if you're interested in what I'm writing? So, first of all, I got a book on sale. You can check it out here. Links in the description. Other stuff that you can check out is what I am capable of. You also have Ages Omega, a comic book that I wrote for. Links in the description. You also have these short stories that I have written and I'm still writing. You can check out in the description. And you have Shadow Conclave, which is my main publication going on right now, which the Patreon will focus more on. You can check it out, links in the description. All of these things, except for the book, are for free. You can just check it out online, give it a read, see if it grabs you, see if I grab you with my stories. That said, here's the two things I will be working on that Patreon will be supporting. Shadow Conclave and Ages Omega. I don't think I have enough room. Maybe my face is being blocked. So, Shadow Conclave, I'm putting up between 5,000 words a week, as well partitioned as I can manage. I update it twice a week, Monday and Thursday. If you don't know what that's about, you can find more details about this in this short video. For Ages Omega, I'll be putting up weekly updates of 2 to 5K words spread in between 2 different projects. It sounds weird, but makes sense if you just check this short video about the details on that. So, general talk about the rewards that are available on my Patreon. They involve early access to all of this content, obviously, as well as to my creative process, which means story docs, character docs, rewrites. Milestones include creating extra content, but also the ability to commission me within specific parameters. Obviously, there's also acknowledgement pages. These acknowledgement pages that I will include in my books and in my websites, you will be there. In different, like I have different kinds of acknowledgement walls for each reward tiers. You can read all about them in the Patreon in the reward sets. Finally, you can get copies of my books, by Death Defined for once and to start with, but also Shadow Conclave and whatever else comes next. Alright, thank you. I apologize for my voice. I'm a bit sick, but I don't want to have to wait because the show must go on. And it will. And it will. It will. Specifically and especially if you are there to see the show. If you are there to watch the show. And I hope you will. I hope you will be there and be my beloved patron. That you will be a big part of something that will warm this writer's heart. Join us! Join the Empire! We will be great! For the first time. Your storyteller, Kuzcopia. Farewell.